Marhaba, good morning. Thanks for the invitation. I'm pleased to be here, and I heard some very interesting quotes and saying this morning. Some quotes from Einstein, but one I liked very much is that knowledge is power if applied and shared. Who said that? Yes, Dr. Rashid. And this is what I want to illustrate in this 15 minutes. So, more and more citizens are becoming involved in science, and that is what we see and what I'm sure will grow. And why is that? Because, first of all, education levels all across the globe are rising fast. And if you remember, when you look at the SDGs from the United Nations, which is the number one? It's about poverty eradication, but when you look at the 21 SDGs of Dr. Rashid, which is the number one? Quality education. And I think that is the most important indeed to start. To eradicate poverty, first of all, we need quality education all over the world. In the era of globalization, we are all neighbors and we should make each other smarter. By networking, by attending meetings like this. Also, we see that people are getting more and more conscious about their own health and have more knowledge about this. And also, we worry about future generations. That's one of the parts of sustainability. And we are more eager to get the right information. Nobody likes fake or lame news. So citizen science, it can be fun. It goes from counting birds in the UK to observing harmful algae blooms in America, which was an initiative from the NASA involving citizens to do so and report back, to measuring radiation in Japan. And we all know the catastrophe after Fukushima. A lot of Japanese citizens lost trust in the official communications where it was said, nothing is happening, don't worry. So, but now most of them have this private geysers and measure the radiation to know where it's safe to live and where it's not. So, now I come back to the subject. We also have something in Flanders where we have nosy citizens who wanted to know more about the air pollution. In Flemish it's called curieuze neuzen, means people who are nosy and who wants to know more about what's going on. Here specifically about the concentrations of NO2 in different spots all over the region. This is a picture of Flanders. You're all welcome to visit us over the winter. In a nutshell, what is Flanders? It's the northern part of Belgium. We have 6 million inhabitants. The size is 13,500 square kilometers. If you compare that to the UAE, which is 83,600 square kilometers, so we are pretty small in size, but we have a lot of inhabitants. And here you see some images about Bruges, about Ghent, the art which we dispose, which we can show you, Antwerp, Brussels, and basically here the village where I was born. And we will come back to villages. So we may think that air pollution is most important in cities. Well, as you will see at the end of this course, this is the village where my mother lives, where I come from, and you see different streets which form different canyons and where air pollution gets trapped. Why is clean air so essential? Well, air pollution is counted to be the fourth greatest overall risk for human health after high blood pressure, dietary risks, smoking. And the recent estimates attribute almost 7 million premature deaths to the air pollution. Of course, that's very hard to measure. How do you know that you die from air pollution? Okay, but in one or another way, the WHO figured that out. When you die from diabetes, you can see it, you can test it. From air pollution, it's much harder to test. but it may have the same negative effect as smoking. In addition to the human health, air pollution also poses risks to the environment, to the economy, and to food security. So we would all like to live in an environment like that, but of course that is not realistic. So we have to deal with the problem.